A family of 5 aboard 2 motorbikes approach a security post at the police headquarters of Indonesia's second largest city, Surabaya. Within seconds, they detonate bombs. 4 of them are instantly killed, while 10 officers and civilians are injured. Suddenly, a young girl belonging to the family of suicide bombers rises from the rubble. Witnesses yell for her to get away, it's dangerous, until a bystander picks up the 8-year-old and carries her to safety. It's the latest in a series of attacks that have rocked the city in just 24 hours. On Sunday morning, another local family, pictured here in a family portrait, unleashed horror on the streets in coordinated attacks on Christian parishioners. It began when the father, described by police as the head of the ISIS-affiliated group Jemaah Ansharut Daulah in East Java, dropped off his wife and 2 young daughters, aged 9 and 12, outside a church. Dressed in abayas and strapped with explosives, they walked towards the entrance before being chased by a guard. Moments later, they blow themselves up. A short time later, the 46-year-old father drives his car laden with bombs into another church, killing himself and many innocent civilians. And then his 2 sons, aged 16 and 18, weave their way on a motorbike into a crowd outside a 3rd church and detonate more bombs.
This is a first not just for Indonesia, but it may be the first in the world that whole families have been used as suicide bombers.
Speaking to local media, the mother of the man who orchestrated the church bombing said, "My son told me to pray for his martyrdom a long time ago. I told him, don't tell me that, but it was his dream to become a martyr." Explosions also went off overnight at the house of another family. Police believe they were plotting an attack. ISIS has claimed responsibility, describing each of the bombings as a martyrdom operation.
Despite the setbacks in the Middle East and the defeats in Syria and Iraq, that ISIS in Indonesia is alive and well.
This is the worst terror attack in Indonesia linked to ISIS. And according to experts, more than 1,000 Indonesians travelled to Syria and Iraq to fight with ISIS in the last 4 years. Hundreds have since returned, which is not illegal under the current counter-terror laws. However, Indonesian President Joko Widodo says legislation must now be passed to outlaw this and give more power to security forces. This is the act of cowards, undignified and barbaric action, he said. We will fight terrorism and eliminate the root cause of it. Indonesia has been a hotbed for terrorism over the years.